Hello, this is Woobly Official with Neely and Helene on Nonsensical. Tell me, what are you doing here?
Well, let's see. It's a long story, I guess. I started to help plan the online portion of Clan Masters and then obviously the LAN itself. And I'm here to babysit everyone who came from overseas as well as a streaming cast for the Chinese stream.
Okay, so what does babysitting include?
Oh, that's a long list.
Have time.
For starters, just making sure that everyone gets picked up from the airport, whether that be late, at least they get picked up, yes. Making sure that everyone eats and and have the right food to eat for their needs, like no seafood or vegetarian, or if they're picky. Just trying to cater to everyone's needs, making sure that they're looked after, everyone feels fine, no one's in any danger. Oh, ordering food for them, ordering drinks for them, just pretty much all of that.
Okay, that's like our babysitting, and what did you provide for like the Chinese AOC community?
So during the Clan Masters LAN final, I was streaming with VG Forget for the whole day, as well as on the second day for the 1v1 minicap cup, so just on camera and streaming and casting.
Okay, and how was that for you? And how do like the Chinese people see you as a caster?
Well, the experience was great. I actually brought clothes especially to wear to cast because, something a little more formal. I felt maybe sometimes I'm a little casual most of the time. So a proper shirt, a blazer, that kind of stuff. And
I would never change.
I know. Well, didn't you wear a shirt?
It's your interview.
Fine. Well, contacts and that kind of stuff. They had a makeup artist as well for the first day that VG Forget hired. I'm not really, yeah. Well, she did a good job. So being on camera all day was really tiring though. I think they told me that the reception was very good to the casting and streaming. I'm not sure how much of that was to casting or just the fact that a girl was streaming and casting. They told me that I'm the face of AOC now, so
You're the face of AOC.
in China for them, yes. But I'm retiring, so
Why
we need a
isn't that
replacement.
Forget or Paladin?
Because they're not female.
Okay.
It's sad, but true.
That's how the internet works.
Yes, that's how the internet works in every country. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you translated a lot here. Like, what was your most noteworthy moment translating, because you had to do like so much stuff throughout the whole time?
Oh, most noteworthy thing to translate. If I have to talk about something recent, just yesterday, Dogal told me that when Yo was on the yacht, he almost shat his pants, and I was explaining that to Paladin's wife. That would have definitely been a bit of a notable moment in terms of translations.
Okay. And what is your most nonsensical moment so far here in the show?
Most nonsensical moment. Truth or dare game. One of the things we did.
Could you maybe give us some example without giving any names?
Having to smell someone's butt. Not really something. Well, it's not nearly as bad as what some other people did, but it's not something that I'd usually consider doing.
Okay, I mean, not giving out any names and not pointing at persons.
Was I pointing at someone?
But okay, let's continue. Then tell me of some other very special moments for you in this trip.
Very special moments. I suppose the fact that I decided, they called on me last minute to kind of get on stage before the Clan Masters Grand Finals to introduce the settings as well as the teams. That's not something I was prepared for. I'm not really keen on stages or public speaking. Streaming is a completely different beast because you're sitting behind a table. It's something that I'm much more comfortable with, even with the cameras, which I don't usually have. But going on stage, I was very nervous, so I'm just glad I managed to get through it, especially since I was speaking in Chinese, and English is the language I'm more comfortable with out of the two.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. You mentioned that you will retire your streaming career. Why is that?
I'm pretty much retired already. I actually finally graduated. It's been a long, long time, but I've also found a job, and I'm not sure that I will have that much time left for AOC. I want to put all my effort into liaising between the two communities, Chinese and English, as well as any tournament admin work. It's more flexible in terms of time, and I also think it's the best use of whatever skills, talents, capabilities I have.
Okay. Then, last question from a viewer. How did you become so awesome?
Did Robo ask that?
I never know smiling.
No! I don't really think I'm awesome. I mean...
Okay, then let's try it this way. If you were awesome,
Yes.
what would have been your way to become awesome?
If I were awesome, what would have been my way to become awesome? First, learn Chinese. That helps a lot.
Be a grill?
Yeah, be a grill, yeah. Have fellow grill fans. Amass your own grill fan club like Robo and, that sort of stuff. That's very important as well. And I guess the last thing is know how to talk to Nilly.
That's a good skill.
Pretty awesome.
Indeed. So that's a skill only a few people have accomplished to have in their lives. So maybe you can do it next time. See you guys.